Asajj Ventress wielded many lightsabers throughout her lifetime, though none could quite compare to the sabers she received as the apprentice of Count Dooku. Similar to that of her master's weapon, each red blade protruded from a curved hilt. However, the handles could combine to form a double-bladed lightsaber, adding an extra layer to the Dathomirian's offence. As a cunning, swift and tempered Sith apprentice, Ventress used her sabers throughout the Clone Wars to terrorise the Galactic Republic. Welcome to the Kankusan's Star Wars Weapons Lore Episode 14, Asajj Ventress's Lightsabers. As a result of the built-in locking mechanism and fibre cord, Asajj Ventress's hilt could connect to one another to create a saber staff. However, due to the curved nature of each handle, the weapon was somewhat more difficult to wield, especially when combined with the precision demands of the Makashi combat form. But the modification was not built for Ventress, rather Dooku's earlier apprentice, Kamari Vosa. The Jedi Padawan fell to the dark side during her tenure with the Bando Gora cult and wielded the weapons until her death in 32 BBY at the hands of Jango Fett and her master. When Ventress fell to the dark side herself, she adopted both blades, and in her first test with them, she nearly killed Jedi Master Sora Bulk. Later, Asajj cut down Tot on the frozen planet Korm before dueling Kit Fisto. Near the beginning of the Clone Wars, Asajj Ventress boarded the Venator-class Star Destroyer Tranquility in order to free Nute Gunray. However, she faced resistance from Jedi Master Luminara Unduli and Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano. Amidst the Battle of Sullust, the Sith apprentice briefly lost one of her lightsabers after crossing blades with Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. During the skirmish above Raidonia, one of Ventress's sabers was used by Kenobi in an attempt to regain his own from Darth Maul. Later, Asajj turned on Dooku after his failed attempt on her life, though she could never best her former master in lightsaber combat. Following the bombing of the Jedi Temple, the Dathomirian once more jailed Tano, who was wrongfully blamed for the terror attack. Feeling some remorse, the former Sith apprentice agreed to clear Ahsoka's name. However, Ventress was later attacked by the actual perpetrator, Bada Sophie. After a brief duel, the fallen Jedi managed to knock out Asajj. After picking up the pair of red-bladed sabers, Alfie jailed Tano and later Skywalker before facing arrest. Left without her deadly weapons, Ventress purchased a yellow lightsaber on the black market, which she used during her time with Quinlan Vos in their attempt to assassinate Count Dooku. Now it's time for this week's question. Whose lightsabers would you prefer, Count Dooku's or Asajj Ventress's? Let me know in the comments below. In the previous episode I asked if you'd rather a sword or a lightsaber, and the response was massive, so thanks for that. Surprisingly, many of you did vote for the sword, however 38 more people would rather use a lightsaber. To have your say in future Star Wars Weapons Lore videos, head on over to thekankusan's.com and get voting. Thanks for watching, and for more Star Wars related content, keep a look here to the Kankusan's. If you were to ask someone to list the 10 things they loved about the Star Wars prequels, there's a good chance they'll mention Ewan McGregor's performance as Obi-Wan Kenobi. In the shoes of one of the most beloved and integral characters in the entire Star Wars saga, McGregor had to treat the role with a great deal of respect. Whether it was his multiple spectacular lightsaber duels, or the fact he took very special care to closely resemble the mannerisms, speech timings and accent of Sir Alec Guinness's version, Ewan's dedication to the role was second to none. In addition, the dry wit and humour that he showed, especially in times of stress, was nothing short of fantastic. Fans loved his performances as Kenobi so much that they are clamouring to see him don the Jedi robes once more in the rumoured Obi-Wan spin-off movie, which McGregor is open to.